You have your own business to work for you. Don't put all your energy into that. Put your energy into things you love and let your business feed those things.
Like you mentioned earlier, that you're kind of the mom and pop style where it's a one-man show. Is there a reason why you've decided to keep it that way? Because that's something that people often think about when they're starting a business. They're like, well, if I start a business, I'm going to have to hire all these people, and then I'm going to have to manage everyone and figure out all these systems and all these things that come along with business ownership. You decided that you didn't need all those people. So what was your process on deciding how big or small you've kept your business on purpose, obviously?
Through the years, I ran it many different styles, anywhere from having 6 employees to just doing everything myself. And I've seen all the different ways. I've just figured for me, I like to keep the overhead as low as possible. I've noticed that the guys I've trained, we haven't been able to keep them on that long because I'm a small company. I can't afford to pay $50 an hour, which is what they're worth. So we train them up, and then once they're trained, they're off to go do their own thing. So I decided to switch from employees to subcontractors, but subcontractors like me. I want to keep the overhead low. I don't want to be responsible for everybody. I just want to be responsible for me, and I want to make a good living doing it. And through the years, I've also made a lot of money or less, depending on the year, depending on the style of my business. If you stack jobs, you're going to make a lot of money, but you are not going to have a lot of free time because you're going to be managing everyone. You're going to be spending a lot of time paying bills, organizing, building calendars. So I didn't want to do that either. I just want to be a one-guy show, works with solid subcontractors, and makes a good living, but I'm not a rich guy. I got a cool little house, 1,800 square feet in a nice neighborhood with a pool. I got a couple trucks, couple trailers. I'm a pretty average guy, but I have a lot of free time, and I'm able to pursue my passions like my music and my mountain bike.
And that's a perfect segue into the topic that I really wanted to chat with you about, was having a successful business, but managing kind of that work-life balance, which is, I think, very difficult. And no one actually talks about it in the trades, but I realized with you, that was very important for you. This is the first time we talk, but I could just tell looking through your page that you are a very different style of contractor. You're the only person that I've seen that has hobbies, mountain biking, writing music, releasing albums. I was like, oh, this dude's different. He's not like everyone else. So tell us more about, one, how you made that decision. Like, okay, I'm not going to have my business control my life. I'm going to control my life. And then how do you manage that with a business like being a general contractor, which is very demanding?
I think at some point a switch kind of flipped in my head, and maybe I even heard somebody online say it, but it's like, you have your own business to work for you. Don't put all your energy into that. Put your energy into things you love and let your business feed those things. My business feeds my music. I make good money doing construction, so I can easily afford to record an album. I don't need a record label to do that. I have a good credit score. I can put it on a credit card if I want. So the business has facilitated my music and all my other hobbies. And you also have to realize, you have to switch in your head and say, you can take any day off you want. I'm not saying do it in detriment to your business. I'm just saying, plan it out. It's not going to hurt your business. At some point in time, when you start your contracting company and things are going well, you're going to get more calls than you can handle. And now you're going to find that these calls are taking you away from getting the work done on the job. And a lot of people struggle with that. Should I answer the phone? Should I do the work? So what I did is I said, look, from now on, I don't even take calls until Friday. If you take my voicemail, it's going to say, hey, it's Nick. I guarantee I have a saw in my hand. If you really want to work with me, please leave me a message or send me a text, and I will get back to you this Friday for sure. And that's also kind of a way of cycling through customers. I only want to work with people who really want to work with me. So if they're willing to wait a few days, let me get some work done, not take away from my current client. They're basically qualified in my book. That's a qualified lead. They listened to what I had to say on my voicemail. They followed my instructions. And on Friday, I booked an appointment with them. So, that's a tip for you. Take all your appointments on Friday. That's how I do it. Well, business owner doesn't want to take Friday off. When you think about it, if you're a solid dude, a really good carpenter, you can probably work circles around your average guy anyways. You can get done in 4 days on the job what an average employee is going to take him all 5. So just look at it like that. You got a business, you're the man. Run it how you want to run it.
I love that. That's such a good tip. Qualifying your leads in a specific way that works for you. Everyone we've talked to through our journey of speaking with people like yourself, that's something that is brought up on every call. Don't just take every job, take the right jobs. And the way to do that is by qualifying them in your own way. Everyone has their own method of qualifying someone. And what you just said was definitely a gem already from this call that everyone should be taking notes on?
It's a good way to qualify them. You should see on my voicemail, they're always like, I love that message. I'll look forward to hearing from you Friday. That's what kind of contractor I am. I'm one who does the work himself.
That's awesome. And actually in the chat, Sharon said, I love hearing Nick balancing and enjoying his job. I'll remember his tip on hobbies.
There we go. Keep them going and they'll pay for your hobbies. And me, I've kind of found a way to blend my music and my construction because I write songs about construction. It's really cool because now if you want to do some promotional work, you have your own custom music. For me, they boost each other and it's authentic.